Okay, good evening, everyone. I trust that we've had a productive day. Okay, so we're going to continue from where we stopped in our last class on Monday. So we're going to continue from there. We can remind us where we stopped on Monday. Please, if you know it, just put it in the chat window. Where did we stop on Monday? Anybody? Who can remember where we stopped in the last class? Okay, yes, favor icon. That's what we're supposed to do today. That's where we're supposed to start from today. Thank you very much, Diet, for that. So I would like everyone to please pay attention to this so that we get what we are doing well and properly. So please, let's pay attention tonight. Anybody disturbing, please just move away from them. Get your notes and your pen handy so that you can put something down. Just give me a sec. Let me quickly get something done. I'll be right back in a minute. All right, so let me share my screen. Let me share my screen now. Okay, so favor icon, I think I kind of explained to us what favor icon looks like, what it is to us. It's the icon that appears on our tab, on the browser tab. In those days when browsers do not have tabs, the icon will appear on the window icon, on the window title bar. That's where the icon will appear. But today we have, our browsers have tabs. So as you can see on my screen, this very little box you're seeing here is currently the favor icon for an empty tab. Okay, so take for instance, if I click on say this, for example. Oh, that's not what that won't give me what I want. Let me click on let me click on this AliExpress. So just pay attention to this circle that you're looking at here at the top. So you can see that there's a red icon there. So that's what we mean by fav icon. Okay, fav icon. And we're going to see how we can create something like that today. So a fav icon is a small image displayed next to the page title in the in the browser tab. Sorry, I have a little bit of sore throat, so please pardon me. So you can use an image or any image that you like as your fav icon. You can also create your own fav icon on sites like www.favicon.cc. A fav icon is a small image, and it should be a small image with high contrast. The reason why the contrast needs to be high is so that it can be visible, much visible to the eyes when people look at it, when people view it. So it should be much more visible to the eyes. Okay, so this site, let me click on it. So on this site, you can create your own fav icon for your own website if you want. And of course, as you can see, this site already has its own fav icon here. You can put in colors, whether it should be transparent. You can import an image if you want to import an image. You know, you can do whatever you feel you want to do, whichever kind of fav icon you want to create. It's fine. Let's check latest fav icon. So these are some icons that you can see here. You can see that they are not that clear. That's because they are supposed to be small. Let's zoom this one and see. So this is how it is really. So you can create your own fav icon that suits your website, okay? But then for the sake of this class, let's download this particular one that we have here. So let's try and download it. So I'm downloading it. I'm going to put it inside this place, inside my web programming, create a new folder called this, the 8. Now, I'm saving this as an icon file. There's actually a name of a file called, a file extension called ICO, and it's usually for icons, okay? So you can, if you create your own fav icon, you can save it in .ico file or any other file name that you may want to save it in. But we're going to be trying to use this ICO file this evening for our work, okay? So I've saved that there. So what I need to do now, so I've saved it there, so I have it, okay? So let's move on with the tutorial. So we've talked about this already. This is a fav icon for Google Classroom that we can see here. So to add a fav icon to your websites, either save your fav icon image to the root directory of your web server, or create a folder in the root directory called images and save your fav icon image in this folder. A common name for fav icon image is favicon.ico. All right. And as you can see, what I downloaded is actually having that name. You can see it here, favicon.ico. So it will be good if you can save your own image in this format. It will really be good, but if you can't, I think you should be able to use any file extension. So next is to add the link element to your index.html file after the title element, like this. So what we're going to do is we are going to try to create this file right now, okay? I'm going to create exactly what we are seeing on the screen. Now, look at this place here. This is where the fav icon is specified. Remember, we were told that we can use the link element, to our HTML file. You can add a link element to our HTML file, which is our index.html file. I don't know if I was telling us about index.html file last week or on Monday, that when you open a website, there's always a particular page that opens all the time when you open that website, which is called the home page. So on the home page, if it's what's it called? So on the home page, there are two file names that web servers do use as home page. So one is index.html. The other is default.html. Now, if you're using ASP.NET, for example, to do your programming, you'll be seeing something like default.aspx, which is the file that the web browser will be running. If you're programming with PHP, you see a file name called index.php. All right. So the web server already will know that this file, or whichever way you set it up on your web server, because there are ways of overriding these things that are default. So your web server will know that this particular file is my home page. So anytime people are going to that website, that is the default page that is going to open up for you. Okay. So what we're going to do now, we want to test our favicon if it works, and how we can add favicon to our own page. Okay. Remember, you're going to create a new file. So create your folder for day 8. Let me see if I can share this icon with us. Let me see if I can share it with us so that we can download it from Zoom. Just hold on so that we'll be able to use that for practice. Nope. Let me see if I can do that here. I hope it works. Day 8, favicon. Transfer of this, that. Okay, I think I need to go into my Zoom account and see what is what. Let me see if I can, because I don't know why it's not allowing me to transfer files. Last time too, I wanted to transfer something, it was not working too. Let me see if I can get that to work. Transfer. Files, share. Let me see. Please pardon me. Trying to see. So while you're waiting for me, you can be typing this out while you're waiting for me. So I'm putting this in the chat window now. So you can get that, copy it, and you can type it out in your own your VS Code. Just type that out for me while I try to solve this problem that I'm having, if I'm able to anyway. Okay, send files and only specify files to the. So let me add .ico. Okay, let me add that one. I guess so. Okay, I think that should work. I believe so. If ico, still not allowed. Okay, maybe for new meetings, that's what it will allow. Okay, I think there's another way I can send it to you guys for you guys to download. I'll just do, let me see, copy link address. Don't know if that will work, but let me try something. Okay, now let me try something here. What kind of link address is this one? Okay, you can try to open open that link I just sent, and then click on the download favor icon link, this particular link. You can open this link I just sent in the chat window now. Then you download the favor icon, this particular favor icon that I downloaded by clicking on this download favor icon link. So download it to your folder, to the day 8 folder. Don't put it in the subfolder under day 8, but just download it straight to the day 8 folder. So I think let's go on. I'm going to start coding this now on my VS Code. So please, if you're done coding, you can let me know from the chat window. So create a new file, name your file index.html. Ensure it's index.html that you named your file. Then we proceed with every other thing that we need to proceed with. Okay. And I'll type the link here in the link elements. Rel equal to icon. Then type equal to image / x - icon href. I just have it as favor icon anyway. It's not under any subfolder, so I'm not going to be typing slash. Okay, well done, Esther, and blessing. So if you you can see my own href, because I did not put my favor icon under any subfolder. I didn't put it under the images for subfolder. So that's why I'm not having any images / favor icon.ico here, because it's just directly under my the 8 folder. All right, so that's that. So I'll close the link attributes, and then I'll go to body. Okay, so in the body, you can type whatever I want to type, H1. And so this is a heading. And I'll do the same for paragraph text. So this is a paragraph. Okay, so you can save this. So please don't forget, download the favor icon. If you have downloaded it, put it under your day 8 folder. Okay. So when you're done doing that, we'll then run the code. So I'm going to run this now. And as you can see my favor icon is appearing here. All right, it's appearing right here. Please give me a minute. I need to pay attention to something. Just keep coding and keep running it. Okay, James, can you hear me? I believe we can hear me better now. Sorry about that. Okay, so how many of us are done? How many of us have run the code? Is your icon showing? Is your favor icon showing? Thank you, James. How many of us have run the code? Esther, have you been able to run the code? Okay, okay, you've been able to run it. So is your favor icon showing? Is it showing there? Just let me know if it's showing. Oh, great. So it's showing. Well done, Hidayat. Is your favor icon showing? Wonderful, wonderful. Well done, guys. That's good. So what is important here is this link. So I want us to try something. So I'm going to get an image online again. I want to just get an image online, say under, I'll go to Google Images. Okay, and I'm going to say icons. Or let me say Facebook icon, for example, or Facebook logo, okay? So I'm going to download this Facebook logo. You can see the size, but I'm going to downsize it. I'm going to reduce the size. So let's say I say save image as still in day 8, and I'll name it favor icon. I just want us to try this. So I'm not saying .ico here. I'm giving it favor icon.png, okay? So I'll save it. So however, I'm going to open up this image and edit it, okay? Reason I'm editing it, reason why I'm editing, no, I'm not going to even do, okay. Let me just crop it to square. So make it square, okay? Try and make your image to be square. So what I'm doing is to try to see how I can make the image square. As you can see below, right under there, you can see the dimension. So I'm using that to see the size. They are equal now, so I'll leave it. So I have 2,473 by 2,473. Now, I'm not going to, I'll save it. I'm not going to leave it like that because it's too large. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to reduce the size. So resize image. Excuse me. So resize image. Usually your favor icon should not be more than 16 pixel by 16 pixel. All right. That should be what your favor icon should, dimension should be 16 by 16. So I'll save this. I'm just going to put it inside here. It's going to ask me to okay. So I'm going to still use you. Replace yes. So I believe that is done right there. So I should have my favor icon in my folder. This is it here. So you can see how small it's appearing now. All right. So I now want to try to, I'm going to edit this code. Index plot. Let me see. It's like a question. Esther, you say your, your icon is not reflecting. You need to check your code properly. Can you go through your code again? I hope if you downloaded your favor icon into the 8 folder, please just put the name of the favor icon here, name of the file, which is favoricon.ico. Don't do slash like is in the slide. Don't put the slash image, slash favor icon. So try and check if that's the problem, and then rerun it again. Esther Yola, that's for you. So back here, what I want to now do is to change, my favicon, the new one I put there is favicon.png. So let's change this to .png now. So I want to try to see if really I can use any kind of image file to represent my fav icon. So I'm going to rerun this now. I hope that thing has not cached it. I'm going to rerun this. So it worked. As you can see here, you can see that my fav icon has changed to Facebook icon. So we can use any image file at all. It doesn't have to be an .ico, a .ico file. You can use any image file at all, JPEG or whatever. So you can, Esther, you're happy. So you can also try that at your end. If you want to make it that your picture that is there, you can use your picture as your favicon, whatever you want to use, you can actually do that, provided your link, this particular code is correct. If there's a problem with it, your favicon will not show. Particularly this part, this href, you must specify it correctly. So Esther Ayola, have you checked? Is that, has the problem been resolved? Is your favicon now reflecting? Please check. Is everybody trying this at all? Please, let's make sure we are trying, because you need to get into the practice of coding, typing the code out yourself. And that's what we are doing here. It has to be practical, okay? So Esther Ayola, when you can please let me know if yours is showing. If yours is showing. Okay, so yeah, you didn't try the favicon. No problem about that, but you have your favicon showing from the other one we've tried. I tried the favicon for the Facebook to let us know that you can use any image file at all. Okay, and always try to resize your image file to like 16 by 16 pixel. It will really help you better. Oh, great, Esther, well done. So it's reflecting now. Well done. Esther has just done what we call debugging. She has debugged a code and corrected all errors. So let's move forward. So as I told us, you can use any of these files, image files, to use as favicon. Either the ICO, like we did the first time, PNG, like the Facebook one I did, GIF, which is GIF, which is animated image, JPEG, which is a normal image file, SVG, also you can use that as well, okay? So you can see all the browsers that will be able to display your favicon if you use any of these files. So all of them says yes, 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 yes. They support all these kind of files to be used as favicon. Again, please take notes. This line, that's what you will use to tell your HTML page that, see, this is where I am specifying my fav icon. If you miss this line, there will be a problem with the favicon. You will not be able to get it. So please take note of this line. Okay. Here is telling us that the type of icon, type of thing we want to use this link for is for image icon. Okay. Of course, relationship would be icon, and that's what is going to treat it as. Do you understand? So please let's take note of that. Thank you very much. Any question about favicon before we move forward, before we move ahead? It seems I even duplicated it. Did I duplicate this? Yep, I think I did. So let's delete one. So use the HTML link element to insert a favicon. Link defines the relationship between a document and an external source. So don't forget that. Any question? See. James, which image? Is it the favicon you've not been able to get to use? I think I showed us how to download that. Where's that link that I sent? I think this is the link. I'm resending it again, James. This link I just sent, click on it. Let me click on it from here. So just watch, look at what I did. So on this page, this web page. When you click on that link, this web page will open for you. These options, under options here, you see download favicon. So just click on it, download it into your day 8 folder, okay, and save it there as the file name favicon.ico. Then you'll be able to use it for your in your code right there. Okay. I hope that answers your question, James. Any other question with respect to this favicon before we move forward? All right, thank you, James. So we're moving forward to our next chapter, which is HTML tables. Please, everybody, you have to pay attention here. HTML tables is not difficult at all. It's simple and it's very, very interesting. So please pay attention here. Pay attention. I'll be writing some quotes in this chapter. So please pay attention. Everything about HTML table cuts across about 4 or 5 chapters, if not even 6. I think about 5 chapters. And we're going to be considering HTML table. HTML table is going to show us how we can create something like this table you see here. How we can use our HTML code to create something like this. That's what HTML table is going to teach us. Okay, so please sit up well, sit comfortably, and let's dive into HTML tables. So tables allow web developers to arrange data into rows and columns. As you can see, what we have here. Now, pay attention. When I say rows, or when we're talking about rows, we are talking about from left to right, left to right, left to right. This line is a row. Like this is a row. Like this is a row. Like this is a row. However, when we talk about columns, talking of up to down, up to down. So this is a column. This is a column. This is a column. So we have 3 columns here, and we have how many rows here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 rows, 3 columns. Pay attention to what I'm saying now. Rows are going from where to where, left to right. So is the horizontal, yes, is the horizontal data that you're seeing. Y column is the vertical one. Okay, column up to down, rows left to right. Now, the intersection of a column and a row is what we call a cell. A cell. So this right now, this box I am in that I'm moving my mouse inside is called a cell. So as we go on, we begin to understand these terminologies. So please, let's put it in mind when I start using them, okay? All right, so now we're going to use this code to like define something like this. This particular code, we're going to define something like this. So please create a new file under your day 8, create a new file and name it table.html. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to, because I don't want to keep repeating the HTML structure again, I'm just going to copy this file and then paste it again into day 8 and rename it. So it's saying index.copy. So I'm going to rename it to table. So I have it there. So then I can take out any other things I don't want to be there. All this. They're not supposed to be there. I can name the title table class. Day 8. I can name it like that. Okay. Can choose to format my work. Great. So I have my structure already somewhere. So if I were you, I may copy this out, put it in a notepad file or save it somewhere so that anytime you want to create a new HTML file, you don't have to be recopying and pasting, and you don't have to be rewriting all this again or retyping all this. You just copy it and paste it right in here. So guys, we are now going to start coding. So create your HTML file. If you've created it, please let me know so that we can start coding together. So I'll wait for you to create your file. Name it table.html. Table.html. So if you have created yours, I just need about 2 or 3 people to tell me that they've created yours. Then we start to code what we have on the screen. Okay, who is there? All right, thank you, Esther. Esther, Blessing, thank you very much. All right, so let's continue coding now. Now you can start coding if you've created your file. You can start writing this code that you have on the screen. Thank you, Silas. So you can start writing this code that we have on the screen. And let's see what develops. Okay, table. Close it. Go down, TR. I'm still going to explain all this to us, so don't worry. You're going to get to understand what they mean later. Please make sure you are typing or make sure you are doing something. Don't be lazy. Make sure you're doing something. That's the best way you can learn when you type it with your hand, your own hands. Paul, I see you're raising your hand. Do you want to say something? I'm going to allow you to unmute yourself. You can unmute yourself now if you want to talk.
Your screen is not showing.
Sorry, say again.
Your screen is not showing. Back. Okay.
Is it showing now on your hand? Hello, Paul. Is the screen showing now?
Yes, it's showing now. Thanks, sir.
Okay, welcome. So let's continue coding. Please, guys, keep coding, keep coding. When we are done coding, if you are done with yours, please just put it in the chat window that you're done. And I'll take time to explain this code for us so that we understand what we are typing. But don't think about it too much. Just type exactly what you're seeing on the screen. You know, the one on the right is the first part of the code. The one on the left is the concluding part of the code. So please take note of that. Keep coding. I am almost done. Okay, I think I am done. Who else is done? Oh, well done, Esther and Blessing. Well done. Well done, Busola. Well done, Esther. All right, so you can go ahead and run your code. If you are done, then let me know if you're actually seeing a table, something like the previous table that we have. So I'll quickly run mine. Sorry if it's going to cover the screen. Yeah, so I have a table there. So let me close this. So please run yours as well. If you have a table like kind of something, please go ahead and let me know. So Esther Busola, Nesta, have you been able to run your code? Yes, no lines. Yeah, no lines. Don't worry. So it looks like, yes, it looks like a table somehow. Yeah. So tell me, is it looking like mine? The way mine is looking, is that the way yours too is looking? Is that the way yours too is looking? Aha, so don't worry, we're getting there. We're going to play around this table a lot. So we're going to use it to teach ourselves a lot of other things. Okay. Okay, well done, Silas. Yes, there's nothing wrong. It's okay like that. Okay. Okay, so let's proceed. I believe many of us have written this code. And so this is what we call defining a table. Defining a table. Let's pay attention, please. Listen to these things very well. Please pay attention so that you understand what they mean. I'm just going to display a slide that will tell us what these codes mean, okay? Now, table, you can understand what this table tag is, which is, yes, you want to create a table, right? Inside your table tag, you have other tags as well. A tag that depicts that we use to create the table row. So TR means table row, table row, table row, ROW, table row. Okay, that's what TR means. TH means table header, table header, table header. Okay, TD means table data, table data. So I'm going to be flipping between here and this previous slide. So where we have table, it defines the entire table that we are creating a table. It tells HTML browser that we are creating a table, okay? Now, we now come to, after table, we come to TR. TR means table row, which depicts this first row. Okay, you're creating the first row. Now, as you can see here, we have table headers here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, TH means table header, and when you create a table header, it will bolden the content of it and centralize it. Okay, so we can see TH, three of them is what we've created, which means we have 3 columns. Our row has 3 columns, and that's what we are seeing here. All right, so you can see the company contact and country. These are the table headers, and they are bolding. Okay, they are bold, and that is what this 3 line of code has done for us, including the TR, like I said, table row. It defines this top row. Okay, and inside it we have the table headers, company, contact, country, and that's what we are seeing here. Okay, so let's keep paying attention. Now, to the next row, the next TR that you're seeing is the second row. The second row, okay? And inside it, we are not then creating table headers. We are now creating table data, which is TD, okay? So because we have 3 rows here already, I mean, we have 3 columns here already. We also create another 3 here again. So that is, again, I said this is the second row. That's what we form this second row that you see here. This is the first row, which is the table headers. This is the second row. Table data is being used to form this. That's why they are not bold. Okay, and so on like that to the third row that gives us this. So if you want to create the rest of this, you can replicate it, so on and so on, like that. I hope we understand what I just explained to us, but as time goes on, you begin to understand it well. This is just you defining your table and creating content into your table, okay? So let's move on to the next slide. Table cells. Each table has each table is defined by TD and a TD, a TD, that's the start tag and the end tag, okay? TD stands for table data. Everything between the TD and the start tag of TD and the end tag of TD is the content of the table cell. When they say TD, this TD that you are seeing here, this is a cell where you have TD, Alfred, Futakis, I don't know how to pronounce this. This is a table cell. This is another table cell. This is another table cell, a cell in the table. And what do we mean by a cell in the table? This item here is a cell. Okay, this is another cell. This is another cell. All right, let's understand that. Okay, that's why I said we should pay attention well. Please, if you have questions, please just ask me. I won't mind going back to explain to you properly. Now you've created your first table, right? So if we look at this example below, okay, we'll see that this is a table and this is a table row that we are creating here. And then the table cells come in, being defined by what? TD. Okay, that's table data. Each table data defines a table cell. And once you have more than one row, then you are now creating a column. You understand? You are now creating columns. So what we see here again said each table row starts with TR, and ends with the end tag of TR. Okay, TR stands for table row. TR stands for table row. Please, if you have questions, please let me know. If there's something you're not getting, please just raise your hand or you put it in the chat window and I will explain. Okay, and I will explain to us further. All right. Okay, so let's continue. Let's continue. So this is another table row that we are seeing here. Let's just go on. Something is telling me that we should type this code, but don't worry. Let's continue. Or type this code right under the one you just finished typing. Type it right under the one you just finished typing. In other words, type it right under, after this closing tag of table, type enter, enter again, and then start typing this new code. Please go ahead very well. TC. Let me think. TC. Is that not for table caption? Don't worry, we'll get there. We'll get there. All right. There's a table caption, actually. There's a table caption. We'll get there. Let's just see how we can dissect this one first, okay? So I said create another table right under the one you've already created at the top. So let's create another table with this code that we are seeing on the screen. No. There's no table colon, James. There's no TC for table colon. No, not at all. When you create the first row, immediately you create the second row, you're already creating your table colon. The colon, this table data is what eventually forms those colon. Okay, there's no TC for table colon at all. All right, so guys, let's start creating this second table. Make sure you are typing wherever you are. After table, you have your table row. Inside your table row, you have your table data. Okay. And that's where you type in your contents. You can see a chart there. I'm going to look at that now. So just keep typing the code. Some people are even done. Well done. The 2 stars, well done. All right, so I'm going to try to be faster now. Excuse me. Okay. All right. Many of us are done. Great. So if you are done, save your work and run the code in the browser. Okay. This is what you have. So I want to separate the two tables. So I'm going to use an HR to do that. Just type HR there. Immediately after the first table, the closing tag of the first table, type HR so that it creates a line and then separates them. So it's going to appear something like this. So we've separated the two tables, okay? So that you don't get confused. So as you can see, we didn't create table header for this second table. There's no table header at all. So if you see how it's been displayed, we only have Emil, Tobias in the first row, then Emil, Tobias, and Linus in the first row. Then we have 16, 14, 10 in the second row. So right here is a colon, right here is a colon, right here is another colon. All right. All right, so let's go on. Well done, Salas. Well done, Paul. Okay, thank you for coding. So let's move on. Let's see what develops. So table row, you can have as many rows as you like in a table. You can have as many, there's no limitation to it, as you like in your table. Just make sure that the number of cells are the same on each row. Okay. Now, what that means is, for example, you know, I told us that table data is what depicts the cell. Okay. Right here, this is a cell. This is a cell. This is a cell. So in our code here, we see our table data 1, 2, 3, 3 cells. That's in this first row. This is the starting of the first row. This is the ending of the first row. TR tag, TR as a start tag, /TR as the end tag. So then we created another row, which is second row, that carries the numbers. Okay. And there are also 3 TD table data definition here. Okay. So that's what they are saying, that it must, the number of table data cells you have in the first row should correspond with the number of cells you have in the second row. Okay. So these are the 3. These are the 3. All right. I hope that makes sense to us. So note, there are times when a row can have less or more cells than another. Okay. That's one we will learn in later chapter. It's called row span or cell span. I mean, row span or colon span. Okay. Not colon span, col span. When we get there, you will understand what this particular part of this slide is saying. I hope we are getting what we are doing and we understand what we are saying so far. So let's proceed. Just a minute. Okay. So let's proceed. So table headers, which we've seen in action as well, the TH. Sometimes you want your cell to be table headers. Okay. In those cases, use the TH tag instead of TD. TD is table data. It doesn't get bold or anything. But TH is another type of table data, but right now they use it to indicate headings. Okay. And that means it will be bolding. The text, the content will be in bold text. Okay. And it stands for table header. And I've been saying that all day. All right. So let's the first row, let's make it to become table headers, which we have seen in our first code that we coded before. Okay. But right now, I want you to edit this second table that you just created. The second table that you just created, that is this one that has the Emil, Tobias, and co. So on top of, immediately after the opening tag of the second table, immediately after the opening tag of the second table, take note, everyone, please type this code on this first line, this first code, this first column code here, where my mouse is dancing. Please type the code that is there. Every other thing is the same thing from what we've typed before. Okay, so we just add this code to it. So please quickly do that now. And I also will be doing the same thing here. Table row, TR, then TH, which is my table header, person 1. I can go ahead and copy it since I'm going to be typing almost the same thing. Copy it, go down, paste, go down, paste. Then I can change this to 2, change this to 3. And I'm done with that table. Please, if you've done yours, run the code in your browser and see what it shows you. Run the code in your browser and see what it shows you. Oh, you don't understand. Let me recap. What we want to do here, we want to now, we want to create a table header for this previous code that we did here. We want to create a table header for it. When we created this table, there was no heading. There was no header for the column at all, for each of the columns. So here we now want to create table header. It's the same code. All you need to do is on the second table, immediately after the opening tag of the table, okay? That's on top of the one that has Tobias and Co. On top of this, immediately after the opening tag of the second table, press enter and just type in this code. Don't worry about this one. You already have this. You already have this 2 colon code, this next 2 colon. Type this first one where my mouse is dancing. Esther, did you get? Do you understand? Yeah, Esther, you're like to give it a table heading. Yes, give it an head. Esther Omojo, do you understand? Okay, good. So that's what I expect you to do now. I'm going to run mine as well. So we can see there's now headings. It now has heading, person 1, person 2, person 3, all bold. All right, so I want you to do the same thing. If you are done, please just let me know in the chat window that you're done. Okay, James is done. Bisola is done. Well done. Who else is done? Let's have one more person. So by default, the text in the TH elements are bold and centered. Okay, well done, Esther and Emmanuel. The text in the TH elements are bold and they are centered. Okay, so this thing we are seeing here, they are actually centralized. The headings, they're supposed to be centralized. Like you can see at the top here, this company is centralized. Okay, so that's by default. And that's what we are being told here. However, we can change it with what? CSS. We can change it with CSS, okay? So let's keep going. So these are some of the HTML tags for table that will come across that we are going to start using, that will be seen as we work with our tables, okay? As we work with our tables. One moment, please. Just give me a minute. Just study this table that you are looking at. I'll be with you shortly. Okay, so let's proceed. So let me just try to tell us about it. So table tag, we define the table. TH defines the table, the headers of the cell of the table, or the header cell in the table. TR defines the row in a table. TD defines its cell, a cell in a table. Caption defines the table caption. Call group specifies a group of one or more columns in a table for formatting. Col specify column properties, okay, for each column within a col group element. Td groups the header content in a table. Tbody groups the body content in a table. Tfoot groups the footer content in a table. Don't worry about that. Those are just tags that you need to know about that you can also play around with in your table. Chapter 21, table borders. Before we go on in chapter 21, do we have any question for chapter 20? I've been talking about tables. Do we have any question from anyone? Do we have any question from anyone? Okay, so let's proceed if there's no questions. Now, HTML table can have borders of different styles and shape. When you add a border to a table, you also add borders around each of the table cell. So what that means is, excuse me, guys. So what that means is that there's this outer border is the table border itself. Then the ones inside are the borders around each cell of the table. All right, so that's what this is saying to us, that when you add a border to a table, you also add borders around each table cell. All right, around each table cell. Esther and Blessing, are you intending to ask a question? Oh, you're telling me sorry because of my cough. Don't worry. Don't worry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Do you have a question? Okay. Okay, let's continue. I'm not sure you have a question anyway. So let's proceed. So to add a border to a table, we use the CSS border property on the table TH and TD elements. Okay, so right now we're going to have to write a CSS code. Okay, a CSS code, a style. We're going to style our tables and TH and TDs. Okay, so in this same table.html file that we've been working with, please scroll all the way up. Scroll all the way up to the heading, to the head tag, to the head element. Okay. How we can see what I'm doing, and how do you style? You now add your style element. Okay, in the head tag. I hope we all remember. Add the style element in the head tag and type table, comma, th, comma, td. All right. And we put in our opening brace and go down and press enter rather. So you type in border, colon, 1 pixel, solid, and black, which is the color. So what we've done here now, we have said that all these elements, table elements, table header element, and table data element should all have borders. Okay, should all have borders. And then, so we'll save this now. Now save yours. If you have done it, save yours and then run it in the browser. You can see that all our tables in this page now have borders. I hope now you can understand what you've created, what you've been creating since. That is actually a table that you've been creating since. If you have done yours, please put it in the chat that you've done. You've done it. Let's see. Oh, well done, Esther and Blessing. Well done, well done. Well done, Busola. One more person, please. I need one more person. Okay, let's proceed so that we don't dwell too long on this. So that's that. We've applied borders to our table. Okay, we've applied borders to our table. So we'll move to the next one. Now we can see that in this table is as if they have double lines. That's the way it looks like. But what we are going to do next is to see how we can make it not to have double lines, but just single lines. Now to do that, we use what we call collapse, border collapse property in our CSS. So to avoid having double borders, like in the example above, set the CSS border collapse property to collapse. This will make the borders collapse into single borders. Now, what we are doing, so in your CSS that you wrote in the head tag section inside your style elements, you now need to add this code to it as well. Add the second line of code that you have. That's this particular code. Let's add it to it, this particular one. Let's add it underneath this now. So enter, then we'll say border dash collapse. Okay, property collapse. The value become collapse. All right. When you've done that, save your work, right click and run in a browser, and this is what you get. Wonderful. You can see it's appearing better now. Okay, so if you did yours and it's appearing as is, as supposed to appear with one line of borders, please put it in the chat window. Let me know. Esther and Blessing, well done, well done, well done, Busola. All right, simple, very, very simple, very, very simple. Well done, Paul. Very, very simple. So let's proceed. Let's proceed. Okay. So now we are into styling our borders. Styling the border, styling the table itself. So if you set the background color for each cell and give the border a white color, the same as in the document background, which is the background, the color of our body background, you get an impression of invisible border. Invisible border. So we are going to try that now. Okay, we're going to try that now. So just add this next line of code, this one, to our style that we have at the top. And then you edit your border color here. Instead of black, make it white. Okay, still the same style CSS code you write, but make this one black. Okay, and then add this line of code as well, so that we can achieve what we have here in this image. All right, so I'm going to do that here now. Please also do it at your end as well. So I'm going to change this to white. Yep. And then I'm going to add the new CSS. I want to add th, comma td, open braces. And then I type background color and make it ash 96. You can use any color if you want anyway. 96D4, D4. Am I typing? 4. Okay. Yep. So I'm done with that. What I'm going to do, I've saved it. Oh, well done, Busola. Well done, Esther. Esther Ayola, well done. Okay, so run it in your browser and let's see what it looks like. So what we are seeing here is as if the borders, we have invisible border because the color of the border matches the background of the web interface, as in of the body of the web page rather. Okay. So we can see that. All right. Okay, well done, Esther and Blessing. Well done. Okay. I hope we understand what we are doing. So we are using the same file to go through all these table styles. So again, please practice, practice, practice. If you don't practice, you're going to forget all these things. So you need to practice, find time to practice all these chapters that we have been working on, within your free time of the day. Practice, practice, practice. It's going to help you. So go to the next one, round table borders. Round table borders. What we are saying here is that you can make your table border to be round or have round corners. Okay, can give them some round corners in your table border. So what we're going to do now, okay, excuse me. How I want us to achieve this. Let me see the best way to achieve this now. Okay. Okay, let's do it this way. Can you duplicate this file, this table.html, right click, see what I'm doing, everyone. Under the day 8 folder, I'll right click on table.html. I'll copy it. Okay. I'll right click on day 8 folder here, right click, and I'll paste it. So which means I've created a copy of this table that we've been working with. Okay. But then I have to rename it. I can rename it to, where's my rename? I can rename it to say round table. Okay. I'll name it to round table. Please quickly do that now. And I'll tell us the next thing to do. Quickly do that. Create a new file. Okay. Well done, Busola. Create a new file quickly. Duplicate that file, then create it. And then we are now in our round table file here. Let me expand this so that we see what I'm going to do. So what I want to do now, select. Okay, well done, Esther and Blessing. Now, look at what I'm selecting carefully. I'm selecting this part of my code here. Okay, that's the new CSS selector that we created. I'm selecting this part and I am doing what to it. I am deleting it. So please do the same at your end. Delete that part of the code. Okay, and here, what you now do for me is that you will now delete this second line as well. Delete it. All right. Good. And then this white, please turn it back to black. Turn it back to black. Okay. Turn it back to black. I hope you understand what I did. So your style should just be this for now. All right. So what you're going to do next now, sorry, excuse me. We're going to now add this new line of code, border-radius. Okay, border-radius. This is the line of code I want us to now add to this. Enter. Then I'll say border-radius. So we're trying to set the radius, the radius of the border, so that we have a curved edge, and then give it 10 pixel, set it to 10 pixel. Okay, and then let's save our work. Well done, Busola. That's good. So save your work, right click, and then show in browser. We'll see our rounded borders. Can we see it? Our rounded borders. Let me increase this. So we can see the rounded borders here. Okay. So I'm just going to minimize it so that I'll just be refreshing. Well done, Esther and Blessing. Well done, Esther Yola. Well done. I like the pace that you guys are going tonight. Very, very good. So we've been able to create our rounded borders. I hope we all got it. Create our rounded borders. So we'll go next. Now, well done, James. Well done. So to skip the border around the table by leaving out the table, leaving out the table from the CSS selector. What we are trying to do here is that, there's a border around these cells right now. We have a border around them, which is the table border itself, okay? As you can see, same here as well. So what we want to do now is that we don't want that outer border to show. We want to have something like we have in this image. We don't want the outer border to show, okay? So for us to do that, we have to edit our CSS code, this CSS code here. So we take out the table selector that is here by deleting it, so that what we just have is the TH and TD. Okay, we only have the TH and TD. Save your work, okay, and run it in your browser and see what it gives you. So that border is gone, as you can see, it's gone. So please do the same thing. Take out the table selector. Oh, well done, Esther and Blessing. Well done. Take out the table selector and see what happens. Okay. Well done, Esther Yola. Well done. Well done. I like the pace that you guys are going tonight. Well done, James. Well done, well done, well done, well done, well done, guys. Okay. Good, 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 good. So we'll go next. Now, dotted table borders. With the border style property, okay, you can set the appearance of the table border to dots, to be dotted, and put it that way. So now we have to change table border to dots, but I'll still ask you to leave this radius. Let's not change, so that you have what you've done all in this file. So we're going to add this line of code right under the border radius. Okay, so just add border style. Okay, and say dotted. Do that, save your work, run it in a browser. Add this border style, dotted, to your code, and then save your work and run it in a browser. We'll reload this. So if you check, you may not be able to see mine properly because the dots are really, really tiny. Okay. If I want to really be big, I can do this. I'll change my border width here. Maybe I can make it like 5. Let me save it. Uh-oh, what am I doing? Did I save? Yeah. So I save it and I go back to my browser. I reload. Aha. Big border. Let me reduce it. It's too much. Let me make it 2. I'll save it. Reload. So as you can see, we now have dotted borders around the cells. Dotted cell borders. That's what we have now. Is yours appearing like that? You can change the border width to 2. You can change it to 2. Let me know if you've done it at your end. Anybody? Anybody? Well done, Esther and Blessing. Great job, fantastic. Who else? Who else? Apply the dotted border style. Well done, James. Excellent. Who else? Who else? Who else? I want one more person. One more person. Well done, Daniel. Well done, Daniel. Fantastic. Well done. Okay, so let's move on. Thank you, guys. I like your pace this evening. So let's move on. So these are other values that are allowed that you can use for your borders. Okay, in your leisure time, just try it. Where you have this dotted thing, dotted value here, you can change it to any of this. when you have the time later to just try them out, how they look, so that you understand much better. And whichever one you want to do, you can do. So what about the previous border style that's set to solid? I don't know if I get what you're saying. Are you referring to this one? This will still be on solid, but what we've done with this guy is to style. Okay, the previous border style. So what we've done is that we now style that solid to dotted style. Okay, now because at the end of the code, it will take precedence over any other border style that may be existing at the top. Okay, so I think that should work for you. All right, so let's move on. So border colors. Now, we have been working with border colors anyway. We saw where we change it to black. Okay, we saw where we change it to black. So let me go back to my code here. So I'm going to comment this out. I think that's what who was that? Silas was trying to say. We can this part you're looking at now. Let me interpret this line of code for you. This first part, first value is the border width. Yeah, that specifies the thickness, how thick the border is. Then the border style, and then the border color. All these things can be specified one by one on each of their own line of code. Okay. All right. So like what we've done here is the border style, which is overriding this one. So I can choose to comment this out by typing the comment code for CSS / asterisk, and I'll close it here, asterisk, sorry, asterisk / okay. So that cancel out this line of code. So if I still save my file and I go back here and I reload, I'll see out the same thing. Okay, so Silas, I hope you understand now, which means the code below overrides the one at the top if there's any conflict at all. The one below will take precedence. That's what we've seen here. So what we want to do now is to add the color to it. Okay, so we want to add color now. So under this code, go enter and say border color. Okay, and then set it to this color value that we have here, # 96 D4. All right. So save your work and then go to your browser and reload. You can see that the color has changed. The color has changed. So you do the same thing at your end. Let me know if you get it correctly, if your own color too has changed. Well done, Esther and Blessing. Well done, well done. Fantastic. Who else? Let me have one more person. James, well done. Excellent. Excellent job. Excellent job. Can I have one more person, please? Can I have one more person? Okay. So let's go on. Let's go on. I hope we are all understanding this. Right? Okay, well done, Esther Yola. Well done, Daniel. Well done, Busola. Fantastic work you guys are doing. So let's proceed. And chapter 21 is done. We are now coming to chapter 22. I hope this is not too much for us. Can we just finish chapter 22? Can we finish it? Nah, I don't think so. All right, so let's dive into chapter 22. Wherever we get to, we can stop. I'm having a feeling that I'm throwing too much on you guys tonight already. I think I want to stop here. Okay, I'll stop here tonight so that I don't throw too much on you guys at once. Let us stop here for tonight, and then we'll continue tomorrow with tables. Okay, we're going to be looking at table size and some other things as well. Table size, column span, you know, a host of other things. Okay, and we will be able to assimilate. I don't want to throw too much on us so that we will not be rushing too much. Okay. So for the things we've learned tonight, please, I'm begging us, try to practice, use different options, create your table, try to create a table like an address book, people in your around you, your family members, first name, last name, age, sex, create a table like that. Okay. And then, in fact, I think I'll give that as an assignment for you tonight. Let me be typing it out. You create a table. No, let me not put it here. Put it in a Word file. So this is like what I'm going to show to us. Insert. This is how it will look like in a Word file. Okay. So just create a table. The heading will be maybe first name. Next will be last name. Then gender. And then the age. That's all. That's all I want to create. Then you fill it with different names. And then the gender. Okay. So I'm going to post this immediately after this class as another assignment for us. Okay. Just so that we don't forget what we are doing. Oh my, thank you for reminding me. I didn't put up attendance. Okay, I'll put up the attendance immediately after the class. Then you can go ahead and mark the attendance. I'm so sorry. I forgot entirely. So I'll put it up immediately after this class and also this assignment. Thank you for reminding me. I totally forgot. Apologies. My apologies, please. So sorry. Okay, so let's close it for tonight. We continue tomorrow. So that assignment will go up tonight. Before I leave here, I'm going to put it up to go up tonight so that we can have something to practice and then work with what we have learned tonight. Thank you, Esther. Blessing. So we'll meet again tomorrow, same time, 8 o'clock, and then we'll proceed from table sizes. All right. Thank you, Jesus, for this time. Thank you for teaching us this evening. We pray that everything we've learned, we will understand, and it will stick to our head. We'll be able to use it to do something better. And in our assignments, we'll do great. Thank you for your grace upon our lives. In Jesus' mighty name, we have prayed. Amen. So I'll see you guys tomorrow by the grace of the Almighty God. Take care. Paul, do you want to say something? I'm just seeing your hand raised up. I'm going to ask you to unmute now. You can go ahead, Paul. Please unmute yourself if you need to talk. Sorry, Paul, I'm just seeing your hand raised now.
Oh, sorry. Yes. So, sir, my question, sir, in creating this border table stuff.
Yeah.
So there's a video I watched. So they use something like CoSpan, then white, then ice, something like that.
Yes, we are still going to get to CoSpan.
Okay.
It's part of the
border table.
Yeah, not necessarily the border, but you can see it when you apply border to the table. You will see it more. You span, the whole span, and all that. You see it more when you apply border to that table. So it's part of what we'll be doing tomorrow. Definitely part of what we'll be doing tomorrow. So yeah, it's part of what we'll be doing tomorrow, really. I'll make sure we do that. It's part of it. Yeah, it's part of what we'll be doing tomorrow. Okay, so we'll see that in action tomorrow by God's grace. All right, what that does, let me just quickly show us something here. Now, the CoSpan means, so for example, if I have John here, and I say John Smith. So let's say I have John Smith there. So instead of having first name, last name, okay, and I said, and I change this to full name, okay, and this is empty. Now there's going to be a problem because people will wonder, what's this Smith? What is it standing for? So your col span means you'll be having this particular colon here, this colon in this cell, okay, this cell, this particular cell, to span through 2 colon like this. So if I say merge this cell now, I say merge cells, okay, you can see that it has merged the 2 cells. So we'll say that this cell is spanning through 2 colon, okay, it's spanning through 2 colon. We can do the same to rows as well. And that's where we say the row is spanning, this colon is spanning through 2 rows. So tomorrow you will understand it better, but that's what, to answer Paul's question, I just decided to give us an hint of what we'll be seeing tomorrow. All right. Okay, guys, thank you very much. I'll see you again in class tomorrow. James, you want to say something too? Go ahead, James.
Sir, please, can you go over the favor icon part? I didn't get that part. Hello?
Sorry, hello. Sorry, I think you guys, I didn't share my screen while I was showing the code. Sorry, let me share my screen again. I'll go back to the favor icon very quickly because of James, yep. Okay, so let me share my screen. Sorry, guys, I didn't know that I wasn't sharing my screen. Apologies. Okay, share now. So I was trying to explain col span and the row span. There are 2 of them. One is col span, one is called row span. So the col span, initially we add this thing here, last name here. Remember? That's what we had here before. So what col span does is that it's saying that colon span. So it's saying that this particular cell now, let's say I clean out this last name and I say, I change this to full name. So it's not going to make sense to just have John under full name alone. And Smith is not having any header here. So what we can do is to merge these 2 cells together. So it means that this particular cell is going to span through 2 colon. It's going to span through 2 colon, these 2 colon. So by the time I right click this and I say merge cell, so you can see that this full name has spanned through 2 column, across 2 column. That's what it's saying. That's what col span does. You can span it across 3, 4, 5, 10 columns, depending on the amount of columns you have. Okay, so this is what we call col span. All right, we can also have row span, which is the amount of row a column can span through, like this. If I merge this now, I say merge, you can see that this particular cell is spanning through 2 rows. This particular cell is spanning through 2 colon. All right. So that's what colon span and the row span means. We'll see that in action tomorrow. We'll be able to use HTML code to create that tomorrow. All right, I'm sure we understand now. So for James's sake, let me quickly go through favor icon again. So James, please pay attention here. Was it James or Silas that asked the question? I think it was James. Okay. So please pay attention. I'm quickly going to scroll to call favor icon. So James, I'm just going to explain. Sorry, I may not be writing any code here. Okay. So just pay attention. To get how we wrote the code, you have to go back to the recording. So your favor icon is this particular small icon that you usually see at the top of your tab, of your web browser's tab, web page tab. So for example, this is the favor icon for this particular tab here. All right. If I go to CNN here, I'll see CNN's favor icon right here on the tab. Okay. Next to the page title. All right. So that is what favicon is. This is favicon, this red CNN icon. That's what favicon is. All right. So having that understanding, we'll also said that you can only use this link element to add favicon to your web page. Link element to add favicon to your web page. We also said we used index.html, okay, as our web page name, as our file, HTML file name. That was what we did. And that was this one here under the 8. So this was the code here. All right. So if I run this now, you would see our own favicon that we created, which is this we use the Facebook icon here. Okay. So that was the favicon we created. And to achieve that with this link element, you need to master this line of code. So to match what we did in class, I'm just going to change this to this. Okay. So you need to master this line of code, which is this link icon, link element. It resides inside your head tag, inside the head element. Okay. And we put it here, link, relation, icon, type, image / icon. Okay. And then href, which is where your favicon file that you have saved. Whatever you save, if you save it to a subfolder, then you need to put the name of the subfolder, such as images / the name of the image file that you're using. Okay. But what we did was just this. All right. So you leave it like that. All right. So we also said here that all these image types can work on all of these browsers, whether it's .ico, the one we are seeing here in this code is .ico, okay? But the one we used in our code here is .png, all right? So be it a .ico, .png, .gif, .jpeg, .svg, it will work. Okay, these browsers will display that image as your favicon. We also said that the size, this dimension of your favicon should not be more than 16 pixels, 16 by 16 pixel. Okay, that will help it to load easily, and we also help your site to load faster instead of having large file when you don't actually need it to be large. Okay, it's just a tiny icon that is showing on the tab, so you don't need it to be that big. So you just give it the normal icon size, 16 by 16 pixel. Okay, and so I think that's basically the summary of it. Okay, for more details, please just go back to the recording and play it over again. Okay, I think that will really help you. All right. So I hope that's okay for you, Mr. James. All right, great. Thank you very much. So we call it a day today. Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow in class. Please be punctual, and God bless you. Have a nice evening, and bye-bye.